So I've been using the OnePlus 7 Pro for over a month now, and I love this phone. In this video, I'm going to share my thoughts about this phone and what I think about it. And if you want to know the conclusion of this video, I can tell you right now that this phone is the best phone in 2019. And if you want to know the details, stick around to find out more. Right off the bat, the first thing I like about this phone, of course, is the notchless screen, the 90 Hz refresh rate, and of course the high resolution screen. Now, I may not like the curved edges here on the side, but that is not a big deal. So the design looks incredible. I've got a cover for this, and by the way, I highly recommend a cover for any kind of smartphone. Smartphones are great investments and they require a good cover on them. The one I got here is from Tudia. Usually I get my covers from Spigen, but this time I got it from Tudia and it's pretty good. It's called the Tudia Merge. The phone's notchless design is just beautiful, and I have the Nebula blue color, which is incredible because blue is my favorite color anyway. The 3-camera array as well. The built-in fingerprint scanner is really good as well. Overall, the design of this phone is the single best reason why you should get it. The biggest reason why you should get this phone is the screen. And once you go 90 Hz, you never go back. In fact, this phone has spoiled me so much that I'm never going to go back to a 60 Hz screen ever again. Samsung and Apple and Huawei, take notes. The 90 Hz, the notchless screen, oh yes, and of course the 12 GB RAM. 12 GB RAM in a smartphone. Wow, 12 GB RAM. That's more than the RAM I had in my MacBook Pro 2015, the 13-inch model at least. So the 12 GB RAM is not just nice specs on paper. OnePlus has settings for that in which you can make it faster. Let me go here to the settings and show you exactly what I mean. There's a setting called RAM Boost, and what it does, RAM Boost increases RAM utilization according to your usage, and it learns how you use your phone. RAM Boost can predict apps that you want to launch and data to load, taking full advantage of the RAM capacity to speed up the performance of your daily usage. So RAM Boost is a great option here, and it increases RAM utilization according to your usage. Of course, I keep that on if you have the 12 GB model. RAM Boost is an incredible option. If you ask me, what is the single biggest reason you should get this phone? The answer is simple. Apart from the screen, speed. This is the fastest phone that I've ever used ever. Everything on this phone is incredibly snappy, and that is one of the best reasons why I love this phone. And once you get used to the scrolling of the 90 Hz, it's just incredible. The 90 Hz screen makes it so fluid that you can't go back to a normal 60 Hz screen again. And the Snapdragon 855, which is of course one of the best processors out there, state-of-the-art screen, and don't forget the OnePlus Oxygen software, you get the fastest phone on the planet. Now, this phone is the fastest phone in the world, in my opinion. Maybe not by benchmarks, but by daily usage. I've seen the iPhone and the Galaxy phones and the Huawei phones out there, and I've even tested them myself. And there are many videos out there that show a speed test comparison between the OnePlus 7 Pro and the other phones. I myself made a speed test with the iPhone XS Max, and the OnePlus was way faster. Now, Oxygen software, one of the reasons I like it is because it really looks just like the stock version of Android, even better. OnePlus utilized the software to make it faster, and I love all the tweaks here and there. So I want to go quickly through the list of pros here. The high resolution screen. Now the camera, I would say the camera is on par with the Samsung and iPhone cameras. In the beginning, there were so many problems with the camera, but OnePlus released a series of updates, and with those updates, the problems were fixed. Nightscape was a disaster in the beginning. I gotta be honest about that, it was a disaster, but now it's great. It takes excellent night shots. The video is also good. You've got 60 FPS, 4K recording at 60 FPS as well, which is not bad. So the camera is good, very good actually. You may notice some differences here and there with the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, for example, or the iPhone, but Generally speaking, the camera is as good as the competition out there. OnePlus made sure that they are a premium, that their product is a premium product. I gotta talk about Zen Mode. Zen Mode is one of my favorite things on this phone, and what it does, Zen Mode actually enables you to put your phone down. It forces you to put your phone down because it makes the phone unusable. Once you turn on Zen Mode, there's nothing you can do with the phone. So I love using Zen Mode every day before going to bed because I make sure that I'm not using my phone at all for 20 minutes at least. So I read a book or do something relaxing before going to bed. And Zen Mode really helps with that. I think it's one of the best solutions for digital well-being. Now, as for the cons, the first thing I hate about this phone is the back button. I don't like the way the back button works because I was used to the Huawei version of it. With the Huawei, the back button was on the side, so you do it this way, but with the OnePlus, you have to do it from the bottom. Now, with regards to the back button, the reason why I don't like it is because you have to swipe from the corner like this, and sometimes you make a mistake by swiping all the way down. So if you swipe to the corner, that's going to be a problem. The second disadvantage is wireless charging. Now, it's not really a big deal for me. This phone does not have wireless charging, and at this price point, a lot of people are saying, why doesn't it have wireless charging? But I don't think it's a big deal because the charger that comes with this phone is a very fast charger, the Warp Charge. You can charge your phone up to 50% in, I believe, 20 to 30 minutes, and that is incredible. IP68 rating. Now, this phone is not IP certified, but it's not a big deal because OnePlus did their own testing and they showed their own video of this phone being submerged in water, although I don't recommend it. Other people have done testing too where they just drop the phone in a bucket. I don't recommend that either. The point is, this is at least splash proof. It may not be completely water resistant, but it's splash proof. So rest assured that just because it's not IP68 certified doesn't mean that you have a problem with water. Just don't drop it in the swimming pool. Battery life is good on this phone. Generally speaking, it's good. It's 4,000 milliampere hours, but I wish it were more. I think I'm getting about 68 hours of screen time. I'm a power user. I use the phone for so many things, all the way from browsing the web to playing games to reading articles to taking pictures and watching videos and using the GPS and Bluetooth. So I'm getting about 6 to 7 hours of screen time. However, that depends on the user and their needs. If you're a heavy user, maybe that's what you're going to be getting. If you are a light user, you may be getting somewhere between 12 to 16 hours or maybe one whole day as well. That depends on the usage. So I wish the battery were a little bit better, but it's on par with the Galaxy and iPhone batteries as well. It's the same. It's also the same as the Huawei P20 Pro that I had last year. It's the same, 4,000 milliampere hour battery. So I wish the battery were better, but it's good enough. So the bottom line is, should you buy this phone? Well, in my opinion, yes. It is the best phone in 2019. The screen, the notchless screen, you're getting a beautiful screen that has no distractions, high resolution, 90 hertz. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention the stereo speakers. This phone has stereo speakers. One of the reasons why I didn't get the OnePlus 6T was because of the lack of stereo speakers, and this phone has good quality speakers. It may not be the best in the market, but it has stereo speakers with Dolby. I don't think you can go wrong with this phone. Yes, some people are concerned about the motorized version, about the motorized camera, and they think that this motorized camera might be a problem, but I don't think so. OnePlus has assured us that you can use it 150 times a day for 5 years. That's how long this thing can survive. How many people take pictures for 150 times a day? Not many. Unless you're a photographer. Anyway, the point is, this phone is durable. It's beautiful. It is the best phone I've ever used so far, and I'm very pleased with it. And I highly recommend this phone to anyone looking for the best specs, the best price, and the best looks. So if you want these three, get a OnePlus 7 Pro.